We did a fabulous Chazara Thursday night. I don't know if anyone chazared over the Heilige Shabbos, but we did a Chazara Thursday night from Lamed Zayin Amid Beis, the Mishnah, until Lamed Chesam and Aleph, the Mishnah. And now we move on to the next Mishnah. Says the Mishnah. And again, as we mentioned, we're in like what you call part 2, which is the Hanhaga. This is the way that we're doing things on Yom Tov, as you'll see in a moment. Says the Mishnah, Misha ya Eved or Isha or Katan. 1, Misha Haya. Interesting wordage. An Eved, a slave, an Isha, a woman, a Katan. Makrin Oisai. You call him. Oh, no. You answer after them what they say. V'tavoi loy me'ira. And let this is me'ira with an aleph. Anyone with a daughter me'ira, do not get insulted. This is a me'ira, a curse. Curse. V'tavoi loy me'ira. And a curse should be upon him. So what in the world is going on over here? So let's everyone together look at Rashi. Is that Rabbi Yaakov? Because he just walked in.
I took Shlomo Fried's.
That's okay. He's in Eretz HaKodesh. It says the era is a curse.
In the Gemara.
No.
Oh yeah, we're causing issues. Says that the Heilige Rashi, Makrin Oisoi, Kach Hayu Noyagin. Such was the minhag. Echad Koiri es Hallel. One reads Hallel. Umaitzi es Harabim. And he's Yoitze everyone else. So now we're getting a little context. Bisman Chazal, they did not know how to read. They had real Amaratzim. We think we're Amaratzim. They had real Amaratzim. Literally could not read. So how do you daven? How do you bench? So the way that they did it was one person would daven, one person would bench. Of course, this is where Chazar Sashatz came from. And then they would be Yoitze everyone else. Okay, so that's detail number 1. So we're talking about Hallel and Yom Tif. We're talking about one person davening for everyone. Continues Rashi. We're at the end of the narrow lines in Lamed Chesam and Aleph. Ve'ima haya eved or isha. And if he was an eved, a slave, an isha, a woman, or katan, a child, hayil ve'in mechuyav b'davar. Since he is not obligated, ein moitzi as a mechuyav midei chayvasai. They cannot be yoitzi someone else who has a chiyuv. Now that klal is a very important rule. This rears its, I don't call it ugly head, this rears its head every single Friday night. Every Friday night we have this. What do we have? That if you are not mechuyev, you can't be moitzi someone who is mechuyev. Where do we have this Friday night? We daven. I hope. We daven and we say, Vayechulu. We are Mekadesh Shabbos. On a biblical, on a Daraisa level, you are Yoitze Kabbalah Shabbos. You're Yoitze Mekadesh Shabbos. Your wife has a chiyuv as well. So what do? We make Kiddush for her, right? I make Kiddush, and she's Yoitze. 1 second. How could I be Moitzi her? She has a chiyuv on what level? A Daraisa level? No, that's how it works normally. But she over here is higher than you. She has a chiyuv on a Daraisa level. You have a chiyuv on a Darabanan level. How does this work? And this is a very fascinating sugya. This is where the minhag actually comes from. You think you come home, you tell your wife, Good Shabbos. She says, Good Shabbos. You think it's a nice thing, Good Shabbos, right? No. When you say Good Shabbos, and she says Good Shabbos, look, the Heilige Rebbe, Rabbi Akiva Eiger, you know what happens? You now are on the same playing field. Now you both were Yoitze Zayin your Daraisa. You're back down to your Darabanan. And now you're good. Everything okay?
My wife.
Oh, Haley Gavi.
Take it with that.
Listen, my wife is lighting candles. I'm still home. And she finishes lighting candles. That's good.
Oh,
And I say good job.
Oh,
Now let's-
so you never. So you're gonna keep hanger. If you ever walk into someone on Erev Shabbos on a Friday and you say good Shabbos, and the person says like good Erev Shabbos, and you're wondering, I got this out for me. A good Erev Shabbos. Tell me a good Shabbos. What's one? This is where conflict. Because you're keep hanger.
It's not a problem.
It's not a problem. They're chayshish. That maybe, just maybe, by saying good Shabbos, it's called a Kabbalah Shabbos. And then the problem is davening mincha. What's the difference? Be a chilik. What's a chilik? What's in your mind? When you say good Shabbos and Erev Shabbos, I'm about to have a mincha. Avada, I'm not being makabel Shabbos.
We should go home and tell our wives that when I come home and say good Shabbos, we should have them in mind to be
So there's all these Torahs.
Then why are we saying Kiddush on them?
So they better. So you sold your abundant to Kiddush al Yaim. So then you have the other side is leave your wife out of this. It's your problem, right? So when you daven, I'll tell you a simple eitzah. Have in mind not to be yaitzing. Don't you tell your wife to have in mind. You have in mind, and then walk home and make Kiddush. No one has ever done it. No one should do it. We don't suggest it.
Well, we shouldn't do that.
Have in mind not to be yaitzing. Have in mind whatever you have in mind. What should I tell you? Have in mind that you're davening. Have in mind you're yid. Have in mind there's a God.
You're not being.
This is the biggest beer halacha in all of Shabbos, of the most famous, incredible raid, back and forth. How it works is grada geschmack zachin. How does it work with the Kabbalah Shabbos? How does it look at Sneeris and Kiddush? But this is where it comes from. I'll tell you another application. Sometimes a father's not home, and who's home? Mommy and a bunch of kids. So comes to Kiddush, who makes Kiddush? So sometimes you have an 11-year-old boy. So he says, Mommy, I'll make Kiddush. Or 12-year-old boy. And everyone thinks, Gewaldig, right? Oh, 1 second. A 12-year-old, what level of chiyuv does he have? Chinuch. D'Rabbanan.
What about holding him fluid?
No, that only in baby for minion. But the mommy bear has a chiyuv d'Oraisa. So even though, which is a bit, by the way, you said Arvis. This is a fascinating idea because one would anticipate if we really believe in Arvis, if we really believe we're connected, what's the chilik, d'Oraisa, d'Rabbanan, mambish, go bechad. So the answer is this is all part of the larger sugya. We don't have time for it right now. Gishmak read. But back to our story. What does that have to do with us? We're saying Hallel. And who is saying Hallel? A woman, a little bit weird. Okay, a katan, a little bit weird. An Evid, a little bit weird. And they're being say someone else. So what do you do? Says Rashi, Hilkach. Oine acharov. You have to respond. Kol mashu. This is mamish, a responsive Hallel. So imagine the sight. Coming to shul, and there's a woman up there leading the davening. And everyone's okay with it. Because she knows how to read. And no one else does. So what do? What's the halacha? Zok the Heilige Mishnah. Let's go back. Oh. Misha, Yavid Ayisha, Katan Makrin, Isa, Makrin. If there's an Avin Ishar, Katan Makrin, they're the ones calling out. Makrin Isa, they're calling out. They're saying the Hallel. What should you do? You're the ignoramus in the back of shul. What do? Oine acharov. You respond. You say word for word, ma shehein oimrim. What they are saying. No, but says the Mishnah, a curse should be upon you. Aza amaretz. You come to shul, okay, no, I'll just listen to the Shliach Sibur. And one day it comes out that there's a woman up there and you're embarrassed. What are you going to do? So you repeat word for word with her. You are cursed, suck Rashi, says Rashi in the second line. Shaloi lamad. You're cursed because you never learned. Vim lamad. And if you learned, Tavla mi'ira, why? Very good. Shemivazes koinot. Push it up. Embarrassment to God. Lase shluchan el. The Gabi goes over to every guy in the men's section, asks him to down for the Amud. Rav Nachum Mamish good. No one answers. What does he do? Okay, I'll go to the women's section. He goes to the women's section. Yena Rebbetzin says, I'll do it. So we have from the women's section, she's saying Hallel. You can imagine the sight. And all the men are busy responding. Yeah. All the men are busy responding. Zok the Mishnah. V'tavoi loy me'ira.
Might be what happens this Friday.
V'tavoi loy me'ira. When the camera's off, I'll tell you a Meir de Gemaisa. When the camera's off. V'tavoi loy me'ira. Tafel Amira.
Got it.
Don't be there.
What do you think?
But you said, broker.
Is
It's
a
yard side.
Is the outside?
Yard side.
what on Shabbos?
On job.
Beautiful.
One the marmot or whatever. Like that. What else is gonna be at?
Baruch
It's
Hashem.
not meant to be.
Yeah.
Shaz, is he going to be in the inside minion or the breakup minion or the breakup of the inside minion? Weiter. Okay. Purim's not here yet. That's later. Says the Heilige Mishnah. Okay, this is Labor Day. Sagt the Mishnah weiter. That's Shtickle Purim Dick today. Im hayah gadol. Oh. So let's say he's a gadol. Let's say he's a gadol. Normal matziv. Dominating for the Amid. So if he's a gadol, makro isoi, then he calls out. He says Hallel. And Oina Achrav, what do you answer after him? Hallelujah. When? Where? How? What? Says Rashi. I'll call Davar Shuoimer. Whatever the Chazan says, you respond. Again, this is the you is the Amaretz. The you is a person who doesn't know how to read, which is the reason why this is Chinese to us, because of course we don't ever have this. He says Hallelujah. Says Rashi a little bit further.
Wait, am I a god? Wasn't that saying if the person that was listening is a god?
No. Because what's the first part of the Mishnah? Misha Yavid is whom? The one calling out, the one leading the tzibur.
That's all going on.
Good. So now we have a normal matziv. The guy leading is a gadol. What do you answer? You answer Hallelujah.
Am I a god? I'm saying that's if it would be a god person.
Yeah, if the person leading the tzibur is a gadol, then makar is like he calls out.
Like we do.
Like we do. And achrav Hallelujah.
By
English.
by Anam's Amiras, then you have to say it. You have to say it yourself, no? Because when it's a cut down.
Okay, says the Mishnah weiter. My gadol makar seven achrav Hallelujah. Makom shenagu lichbol. Of course. No, it's not question. Those
Finally, have people glance around his mirror. Even if it's one more.
I grew up with Anam's Amiras, but I don't do it anymore.
No. Makom shenagu lichbol. In a place where the minhag is lichbol, to double what? Each and every pasuk. We'll look at Rashi in a minute, and this will sound a little bit familiar to us. Yichbol, liv shait. In a place where the minhag is to say it not doubled, yiv shait. Levarich, in a place where the minhag is to make a bracha, yivarich. Hakol keminhag amedina. Everything goes according to the minhag. Good. So now, let's go into the Gemara a little bit. Tana Rabban, be'emes amru. Now, interesting, very important Rashi. We have a Rashi here that's a rule for all of Shas, a nice Rashi. Says Rashi, Kol be'emes. Anytime we find, this is a common phrase throughout Shas. Be'emes amru, in truth they said. Says Rashi, Kol be'emes is halachahi. Halacha, the Moshe, is the halacha. Ve'in cholik b'davar. And no one argues. Okay? What does no one argue on? Says the Gemara, Ben mivarich laviv. A son can make a bracha for his father. The Aved and a servant, mevarich l'rabbi, can make a bracha for his master. The Isha and a woman, mevareches l'bayla. Aval, however, Amru chachamim, say Chazal, tavoi meira. A curse should befall le'adam, to a man, she'ishtoi, that his wife, ubanav, and his children, mevarch and loi, are making the brachas for him. It works, but you're cursed. Yes.
He's unable. That's
What do you mean?
Meaning, if he needs his wife or his kids.
That's where he gets cursed.
That's what he's
So what are you saying? What are you trying to say?
I'm
No. Oh, you're saying say good.
If he knows how to.
But what?
But doesn't.
Oh, very good.
Make
No.
his wife is-
No, let's see, he's not capable. I'll tell you a very simple case. A diabetic, they can't have grape juice or wine. So his wife wants to make kiddush for him.
Poor guy's in his bed.
His wife's a
Yeah. So sick. No, but that's shaykh. No, I'm bringing a case
But
where
then there's
he
no
knows
curse
how
for him.
to,
That's a.
and he just right now can't do it.
I want to go one
Oh.
step further.
No, so that's a chayr not pashit. She just wants to. That's a chayr not pashit. Let's look at Rashi.
But this case that we're talking about,
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's a situation where the guy could make it if he decided to let his wife.
Oh, no. Look at Rashi.
Talking about
Look at Rashi.
do it.
He said you're cursed because you're pashit a bozo. Learn how to read Hebrew.
We're only talking about Ben Cotton.
Look at Rashi. Everyone together. Ben Mavarich Laviv. It's Gemara Brachas. Birchas Hamazin. Mishagia lechinuch, when he reaches the age of chinuch, the chayiv midrabanan. From the age of chinuch, the child is din derabanan b'sechas brachas back misha meis. Mukim laki going. The following example: Shaloi achel aviv. The father didn't eat el kizayis or kibeya. Davi shiura derabanan. Dimidaraisa. You don't have a chiv benching the raisa until you're satisfied. What did Rashi just say? Rashi just answered what we spoke about at the beginning of today's shir. Everyone here should have a problem. Ben Mavarich Laviv. 1 second. Aviv has a chiv daraisa to bench. Child has a chiv darabanan to bench. So very nice. The Gemara is saying you should be cursed because you should have learned Hebrew. But how can the Rabbanan be Yitzhak Deraisa? Zok Rashi, the Gemara in Brachas conjures up a fascinating case. You only have a Chiyav benching Deraisa if Visavata. V'achalta Visavata Uberachta. If you're not Visavata, if you're Achalta, you still have to bench. Midrabanan. So the case would be if you eat a little bit and you have a Chiyav to bench Derabanan, and your son wants to bench for you, then you should be cursed. Why? Oh, because then they're both Rabbanan. Says the last Rashi, what's the reason there's a curse? Devadai machmas shaloi lamaloi. Lamadu. Because he didn't learn. He didn't learn. Now, what if he does know, and she just wants to wear the pants? Okay. Let's not talk about that in public. I'm going to get in trouble.